7 things you didn't know about Frenkie De Jong. Frenkie De Jong's future is uncertain, and no one knows what in the world is happening to the former Ajax star. A move to Manchester United from Barcelona has been in the pipeline for most of the transfer window, and there's the drama surrounding Frenkie's contract at the Catalonian club, who is said to be owing him over 14 million euros in deferred wages. But what other aspects of the Dutchman's life don't we know? We will be uncovering some exciting trivia and history. Everyone remembers Frenkie De Jong for his versatility and great vision in the midfield. His energy and distribution of the ball makes him one of the best in his position. Still, many fans are eager to get a sneak peek into the little-known facts about the Dutchman. What makes Frenkie so special? Here are 7 things you didn't know about Frenkie De Jong. Number 1. Bought for €1. It was one of the best transfers of the decade. Ajax bought De Jong from Willem II for a symbolic €1 fee in August 2015 and was loaned back to the club until the end of the year. He would spend 3 years at Ajax developing into one of the finest midfielders of the decade before being sold to Barcelona in 2019 for a mouth-watering €75 million. Do the math. Well, luckily for Willem II, there was a sell-on clause in the player's €1 transfer, where the club would get 10% of whatever Ajax sold the player for. But even then, Ajax showcased next-level business and negotiation skills as they have always done throughout their history. Talking about negotiation, how about this for the player himself? Number 2. Geef wel even blessertigen. Huh? What does that even mean? Good thing that Fox Sports helped us to translate the conversation that Frenkie De Jong held with the referee during his final game for Ajax, as seen in this clip. Give me some injury time. I want to play football for as long as possible, yeah? The then 22-year-old signed off with Ajax in a 4-1 win against De Graafschap on the final day in a result that helped the Amsterdam club to their first ever Eredivisie title for 5 years. De Jong wore the team's brand new away kit for the first and final time and was eager to make his final appearance a bit longer, which led to the hilarious exchange with the referee. Following a heartwarming reception from the fans on his final appearance for the club, the Eredivisie player of the season would lead 100,000 supporters at the club into a jump during their parade a day after they secured the domestic double. If you think Frenkie took his last game for Ajax personally, wait until you see the next fact. Number 3. 21. As we've come to expect from footballers, there's always a personal touch to celebrations, jersey numbers, and other gestures. For Frenkie, it's the number 21. Frenkie's grandfather died on the day he turned 21, and since breaking into the Ajax first team, he has maintained the number on the back of his shirt for both club and country. Back in 2019, the former Willem II man also explained how he denied Nike of their request to put his first name on the back of his shirt for marketing reasons. Could De Jong keeping his family name be a tribute to his grandpa in some way? Let's see the next point. Number 4. Runs in the family. The name De Jong is the most common surname in the Netherlands, with more than 100,000 people bearing the name. He even shares the surname with fellow footballers Luc De Jong, Nigel De Jong, and CM De Jong. Could be part of the reason Nike preferred to use Frenkie, but that's not what we are interested in here. Football runs in Frenkie's family. On 12th May 1997, De Jong was born in Arkel to parents who were footballers. His dad was an amateur football for ASP Arkel's first team, while his mother and even his grandfather also played amateur football. Frenkie was allowed to play ball as early as 5 years old. It is easy to see where his creativity and flair come from. A beautiful marriage of nature and nurture. When Frenkie wasn't going to school, he was playing football with his friends. Number 5. Scouts flirting with him. Frenkie's father admitted that when his kid was 5 years old, scouts were already at the door looking to lure the kid into their teams. However, Frenkie's father declined for another 2 years before allowing his kid to kickstart his amateur career at the age of 7. Frenkie underwent trials at Feyenoord and Willem II. Passing trials at both clubs meant that the talented kid had the luxury of picking the club he wanted. Against his parents' wishes, and to their surprise, he picked the mid-table Willem II over Feyenoord, the more successful club which they were diehard fans of. Brave decisions from the lad who would later make his Ajax debut against his former club. Number 6. Nouri's approval. Abdelhak Nouri, born on the 2nd of April 1997, just 1 month before Frenkie, is a Dutch former professional footballer and close friends of Frenkie De Jong. Nuri played as a midfielder and winger until July 2017, when he collapsed on the field after suffering a cardiac arrhythmia in a pre-season friendly match against Werder Bremen. Unfortunately, the cardiac event would leave him with severe and permanent brain damage, drawing the curtains to his career as a footballer. Frenkie has been a close friend to Nuri, and they rose through the ranks together in their early careers. Nuri remained in a coma for a year, after which he was able to recognize and communicate with his family by moving his mouth and raising his eyebrows. Shortly after, he would play a huge role in Frenkie's move to Barca by giving his support with the raised eyebrow. In an emotional interview with the Dutch TV in 2019, I started to have doubts. Then Appie's mother came in and asked him, where should Frenkie go? She named the clubs and said, should he go to Barcelona? Then Appie signaled with his eyebrows to agree. That was a very nice moment for me and the family. De Jong would go on to become the 20th player from the Netherlands to represent FC Barcelona. The Dutchman also revealed that Nuri convinced him to join Ajax instead of PSV Eindhoven, while he was still at Willem II. Frenkie recalled saying, then I happened to have a tournament in Greece with the under-19s. Appie said to me, no, you have to come to Ajax. Then we can all play there. What are you going to do at PSV? Just come to Ajax. He talked to me a lot. Let's see how another friend would help Frenkie to become the person he is today in the final point. Number 7. He's a swan! Heard of mute swans and how they stick to one partner forever? The Dutchman recently got engaged to his high school sweetheart, Mickey Kiemeny, whom he had been dating since 2014. Unlike many other footballers and sports stars who get to change their wags every now and then, Frenkie has never left Mickey's side. Kiemeny, a former hockey player for Dutch side HC Den Bosch, met De Jong for the first time in high school, and it was love at first sight. She has stuck by his side since then, watching him rise through the ranks at Willem II. She might also be the reason the Dutchman is still in Barcelona, with reports from the Telegraph stating that Mickey, in particular, is understood to be desperate to continue living in Barcelona. Not surprising, seeing that Mickey has been a lifelong fan of Barcelona as seen in her Instagram post back in 2019. Even if Barca agrees to let the other players go to Old Trafford, Manchester United may still need to convince the players of the benefits of swapping the rather sunny Spain for a new life in Manchester, England. The hold-up surrounding the transfer has already caused enough frustration for United manager Erik ten Hag, who is eager to reconnect with his creative midfielder. Frenkie De Jong's stellar talent is undeniable. Having made his name at Ajax and established himself at Barca, it remains to be seen what the future holds for the 25-year-old. In the meantime, we can only appreciate the player for not just his playmaking abilities, but also for his commitment to his teams, families, and loved ones. What do you like about Frenkie De Jong? Would you want him to remain in Barcelona? Comment below. Meanwhile, stay tuned to Soccer Central for more interesting soccer videos.